Okay, hi everyone. Hopefully you can see me this time. I was having some technical issues. Anyway, greetings from Playa del Carmen. I gotta fix my hair. Sorry about that. Anyway, my friends, as promised, I am here to tell you about an exciting new project coming to Tulum. And if you've been to Tulum, you may have seen or heard about the Aldea Zama neighborhood. That was the first planned development in Tulum. It's an expansive residential area. Well, there are definitely commercial areas as well within Aldea Zama. It's kind of like the Playa Car of Tulum. And this particular project is from a developer that already has a number of already operating projects here in the Riviera Maya. So without further ado, let me tell you about this project, my friends. Thank you for joining, those of you who are able to join live, and also those of you who might be watching this after the fact. All right. Okay, I'm gonna have to find the project brochure. Bear with me because I was in transit, my friends. I was literally, I'm having some issue with the electricity in my place, and I didn't want to be, I wanted it to be steady for our webinar. Okay, hopefully you guys can see my screen. So, a couple of months ago, I did a webinar about the Condo Playa del Carmen project. That was a boutique building. It got sold within about 6 weeks. Okay. Now, this is the sister project in Tulum. Now, I should mention that there is already an operational Macondo Tulum project, and this would be like the phase two of that development. And within this development, we are now on to the phase two, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Now, the nice thing about this project, a number of nice things. The units come fully furnished, move-in ready. As you can see, it will be more this Tuluminati style, rustic, elegant. There will be plenty of amenities, as you can see, such as they call them solarium. No, I mean I think those are called the chaise lounge. You know, the tanning area, tanning beds. Obviously, there's going to be a rooftop bar. They're even going to have a rooftop cinema, grill zone, of course. Beautiful wraparound pool, which I'm going to show you in the renders. There will be a gym, service lobby. Now, this, my friends, one nice thing about this. Now they talk about Tulum, how it's becoming. Uh, Really, it's an international travel destination. It became known for these iconic ruins that are literally on the beach, and it's beautiful, gorgeous turquoise beaches, water beaches. Now, a lot more is going on in Tulum. It is an eco-chic destination. I like to refer to Tulum as Playa's younger sibling. It is located about an hour south of Playa del Carmen in the Riviera Maya, along the same highway that takes you from Cancun. You go Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum. There are a couple of in-between municipalities. Now, Tulum is growing at a rapid pace, just like Playa del Carmen. It continues to be still quite small, currently about 46,000 residents. However, we are seeing double-digit population growth year over year. Okay, and if we look at the map of Tulum, you can see where this development will be located at the entry point in Aldea Zama. Okay, this is Aldea Zama. We have the residential and then the commercial area, and Macondo will be located very close to the Aldea Zama entrance. Okay. Again, it's considered a premier area in Tulum. They have sewage facilities, for example, they're connected to municipal sewage, which cannot be said about most other areas in Tulum, where they have to have underground reservoirs and things like that. We in this development, we're going to have a wraparound infinity pool. Now, my friends, I did want to mention that I actually have been just last week. I joined the developer representatives, and we did a tour of the future site of this development, and we saw their sister building, which is already operational. And the nice thing about having already the same brand building is that when you add these units onto a platform like Airbnb, they get added as additional units in an existing development. So it's not like you're starting from scratch with a brand new brand. Okay, they will have this fully functional gym, and this will be a sizable development, a total of 113 units between two phases. I don't know if there's a third phase. Currently, we are working on phase two, okay, which will have which has an expected delivery date of December of 2024. As you can see, December of 2024. Again, features of more pictures of the development. Another lovely thing about this development, again, they are being delivered fully furnished and equipped and moving ready. And this development has a condo hotel management concept. So these units are primarily geared to investors. Now, if you love Tulum and you want to live there for extended periods, you as an owner, you can always go use your unit. There will be some parameters you need to advise with sufficient time, and the type of fine print I can provide for you, no problem regarding the management agreement. But for most of you, this would be more of an investment property, and it's nice to know that you're going to have on-site management. It's absolutely fully turnkey and hands-off for you as an investor. The the same developer, they are actually working towards getting basically in the hotel business, and at their other properties they already have operating history. So we can show you numbers from, for example, their existing property in Playa del Carmen. Currently they just broke ground on phase two of the Playa del Carmen development. They also have a development in Olbosch, which is this iconic island in the Gulf of Mexico. It's another one of these eco-chic destinations. So they're positioning themselves strategically throughout the Riviera Maya. And this is one of the type of units that we're going to have in this building, my friends. And this is a studio loft. As you can see, there's an upstairs area where you have an additional sleeping area. We're going to look at pricing afterwards. And then the more traditional units, let me see here. And this is what they call a one bedroom. I would call this a junior one bedroom because you don't have a full wall separation between the sleeping area and the living area. You have these palitos, these little, what would you call them in English? Sticks that would allow light to come through. Okay, I hope you guys can see. I don't know if somebody's messaging me. I hope you guys can see my screen. Let's go back. Yeah. So, yeah, what I do like about this, somebody's messaging me on WhatsApp. I have to turn that down. Permíteme. Close window. Yes, thank you. They will come with full-size fridges, as you can see, full-size kitchens. Their Playa del Carmen project even has washer and dryers in unit. I will double check if this is the case with this one. And then on the top floor of the development, I'll see if there are any of these left. There will be a small number of penthouse units. These ones have their own private roof garden. I will show you how that looks. With a private pool, private sitting area. I mean, whether you're buying this as an investment or as a lifestyle unit, I mean, they're definitely going to be gorgeous units. Here's you can see some more renders. The building will have commercial spaces at the bottom, so you can expect these to be restaurants, cafes, boutiques. Tulum is growing a lot, my friends. There's just a lot of opportunity, and again, this being a premier area in Tulum, it's definitely going to be very desirable. Let's have a look, my friends. This is again what the building is expected to look like. And I think we're looking at 4 levels in total, plus the rooftop. You cannot build higher than that in Tulum. There are restrictions about building height and number of floors you can build. And, an aerial view of the development. It's definitely going to be one of these, landmark buildings in this area of Tulum. It's definitely going to catch your eye as you drive by. It's very well located. They were saying a 3-minute drive from the highway, from the federal highway. This is kind of what again, they're expecting to have a restaurant, gym. This shows you, I see the gym will be in this case on the ground floor. An additional ground floor. Okay. And then the location of the different units. Okay, second floor, like mirror images, and you're gonna see on the 4th floor actually. So we have 3 floors plus the penthouse level, and then yeah, the fourth floor would be the penthouse level, and then we have the rooftop. And then on the rooftop, we're going to see these are the private rooftops of the penthouse units. And then we have this, you know, infinity pool here. My apologies, it's not a wraparound pool. It looked like that from some of the renders, but it is going to be a sizable pool. You know, this is the sitting area, more sitting area. This is going to be, the tanning area. Uh, okay, again, looking at the floor plans, this would be the loft studio. This would be one of the larger units available. In total, you have, more. I totally thought I had already turned this off, but it's still talking to me. Not sure how. Okay. As you can see, here we have the loft space, which would be upstairs. You'd need to take a set of stairs to get upstairs. Okay. Sizes are given in meters. If I multiply that by 10.76, that's how we get the total square footage. So yeah, we're in a metric system country by and large, but I know our Canadian and American friends like to know, what are we looking at in square feet. So 63.50 times 10.76, you're looking at about 683 square feet. So that would be one of the larger units. And then we come into these, what I call the junior one bedroom units. And these are the ones, by the way, that start at 137,500, and I'll show you the price list shortly. Okay. And yes, as I was saying, they are planning to have individual washer dryer units in each unit, which is really nice. I know that maybe like to you it may seem like no big deal, but it's only a minority of buildings that would have this feature. And the fact that you have a full-size kitchen with a full-size fridge, that is something very desirable. So this unit, you're looking at about 509 square feet. Okay. Unit numbers are given there. Okay. And then slightly different floor plan. I mean, it's a mirror image basically, and it tells you, which unit numbers are going to have. It's a matter of preference. I do like that they thought about our digital nomad clientele that is increasingly coming to this area. So there is a desk already placed in. This would be the closet, king size bed. Not sure what this. Oh, TV. I guess TV location. Yes, makes sense. Kitchen and sitting area, additional sitting area. 4i electric stove. The kitchens are very well equipped. I got to do a tour of their existing condo building in Playa, and they definitely had, been able to fit a lot of things in the kitchen. Okay, this is what the penthouse apartments look like. Interestingly, I don't see a sofa here, but I guess they make up for it by having all this additional room at the top. Okay, so I've already shown you guys the floor plans. I could show you more renders. We could show you more renders. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you some, yeah, it will look very spectacular. I mean, one very interesting thing about Tulum, because of the whole eco-chic vibe that Tulum has, a lot of developers are being very creative with the shapes of the buildings, the interiors. It's really, this new age architecture, new age designs. I've never seen buildings like that pretty much anywhere in the world, and I think we won't, because it's a very, very unique Tulum style. And I mean, there are some buildings that are even more exotic looking than this one, but this one, it kind of respects the vibes of Tulum, I'd like to say. What I think, again, the number of things I think are very attractive about this project, the fact that the developer already has a track record, including in managing short-term rentals on various platforms, and they have a record to prove, how well they're doing, and I've seen it, and they have great reviews for their Playa, their Olbosch properties, Olbosch. And the fact that the units are turnkey, you especially if you're a Canadian or an American, you don't have to worry about where you're going to buy your furniture, even though for developments that do not come like that, we do have providers that provide full furniture packages for developments that do not come turnkey. However, if a development comes turnkey, it's just a no-brainer. It's just easier for everybody. Okay, let's have a look at the price list and availability, my friends. Again, they just opened phase 2 of this project. I'm going to try to make this as big as possible, because I know in the past you can see anything when I share my screen. So These were the what they call the garden house units. I think these were the loft studios, and those were very popular. These were the larger units. They got reserved first. These were a little higher price, but justifiably so. So sorry to tell you, there are none of those left. If there will be a unless so essentially, if you see it in yellow, that means it's been reserved. But there's a chance one of the reserved one may become available again. So yeah, these are what I think is like an amazing entry level property for especially an international investor wanting to get some international exposure in an amazing growth international destination. I may have mentioned to you, my friends, that we have major infrastructure developments coming to this area. One of them is the Mayan train, which has an expected delivery date of spring of next year, spring of 2024. Similarly, we have an airport coming about 45 minutes south of Tulum. So the international clientele, instead of having to fly into Cancun and be on that highway for 2 hours, they can still do so. And now they're going to have access to a high velocity direct train that takes them to Tulum, or they can just fly directly into Tulum. So these major infrastructure developments are expected to put Tulum as an international destination even more on the map. And and obviously, I know this from my you know real estate investing education back in Canada and the US, that where infrastructure grows, that draws up property prices. And I don't think we're ever going to see these kinds of property prices in Tulum again or in this area. And if we were to compare Playa del Carmen to Tulum, because I do have clients coming to me a lot asking me, hey, listen, I only have 100,000. I have a budget between 100 and 150K. Can I get anything? You are more likely to find those types of properties in Tulum because it's still, like I said, it's a less developed market. You're really on the leading edge, whereas Playa is already, we have a lot more infrastructure in Playa. Playa is an established, more cosmopolitan city. Tulum, the infrastructure is nascent, but again, we're talking December of 2024. We do have a number of successful properties operating in Tulum. So yeah, by the way, those prices. So again, this property offers a variety of different price plans. So those of you who are in a position to do 90-10, meaning 90% down payment, 10% on delivery, that's where this attractive 137,750 price point applies. Otherwise, uh, there's the price can go anywhere from this to a maximum of 151. Now, as units get reserved, I don't expect these prices to remain the same. So typically, as units get reserved, prices start going up. And the amazing thing is, okay, these are the first level units. Okay, second level, they go up a bit. But keep in mind, first level is not ground floor, because on the ground floor, we're going to have a double height commercial spaces. We're going to have double height commercial spaces. We're still in the very early pre-construction phase of phase two of this project. That's why you're not seeing a lot of units reserved. The garden house units did get reserved very fast. I'm not surprised because there were only a handful of those. And then I'm curious about the penthouse units. We still have the penthouse units. No, these are Quarto Nivel. It should say penthouse. Yeah, no, penthouse is okay. So penthouses are starting at 209. We do have some regular studios, well, junior one bedrooms on the fourth floor as well. And yeah, we still have some penthouses available. For those of you who want a more unique or perhaps a more lifestyle unit, perhaps you plan on coming here more often, you want that extra living space. Okay. I don't know what else. I think this is enough I've shared with you, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. You are more than welcome to get in touch with me if you're curious. To keep in mind, to reserve one of these units, it's a $5,000 refundable security deposit. I believe they still have a special right now that you can actually reserve with $1,000 security deposit. Check in with me. I'm going to check with the developer representative, and that's refundable for 2 weeks. Now, you could be out of the country for the entire process. If you happen to be in Mexico, está bien. We can go. We can see the project site. You can see their sister buildings here in Playa and in Tulum as well. I'm sorry about my hair. I really got to go to my hair lady. Haha. Thanks for bearing with me. ¿Y qué más? What more? I don't know. I've been going for like 20 minutes now. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to reach out to me, if you're seeing this on Facebook, of course, you can DM me. Best way to reach me, though, is either via WhatsApp or via email. Email is info@freedomplaya.com. That's freedom, PLAYA.com. Or via WhatsApp. And I'm sorry, I don't have my contact info sheet ready. It's +5255 6743 6387. You can scroll back. Thanks, my friends, for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend, and I will see you pronto, very soon. Okay, blessings. Bye.